Hey friends, Allison Ramirez here, Christian author, editor, and content creator, here with our next month's content creation video that is related to planning your Christian content around the liturgical year of the church. If you've been tuning into my other videos, you'll see I started this back in November, and every month I have done video content letting you know what sort of themes, feast days, seasonal events and celebrations are happening each month so that you can plan your content and get some ideas. Okay, so welcome to June. It's hard to believe that we are halfway through the year. I feel like time has just flown by. Kids are getting out of school where I work at a parish office. Things are starting to move into summertime, not quite as busy. I have been very busy though with editing projects. I've spoken a lot about my small business, Trinity Publishing, which I launched back in 2025. I'm in my second year of officially having a Christian small book publishing business where I publish my own titles through. You can see some of them above me up there. I have a fiction series and a prayer devotional series on the rosary. If you want to check out my books, feel free to head to my website, trinititreepublishing.com. But the bulk of what I do in my small business is helping authors with book editing. This month alone, in June, I've already had about 5 projects, which I try to work on 3 or 4 because it takes me 2 to 3 weeks generally to take a project from start to finish. But I just have this huge influx and I didn't want to say no to anyone because I absolutely love the work. So I have been getting up early, staying up later to work on all these that I have. That is why you have not seen me as often on YouTube. But I'm here today because we're already halfway through June and I didn't want to neglect this video for you all. So to begin, June, the overall theme for the month is of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, which is one of my absolute favorite devotions. This is a devotion that started with visions that Saint Mary Margaret Alacoque had back in the 1600s in France. And basically, the Sacred Heart is really just showing us the depth and breadth of love that Jesus has for each and every one of us, and entrusting ourselves to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, a vulnerable heart, a human heart, a heart that longs to love us and be present to us in our times of suffering especially. So that is the overall theme of this month. I ask you to keep me in my prayers because I am giving a talk to the young adults at my parish at the end of this month on June 26th. So please keep me in your prayers as I prepare the talk I'm going to give, and just I pray that it's meaningful to those who attend and that we get a good turnout. So the Sacred Heart is something that I love to talk about, and hopefully you can find some themes in your writing or creative works that are related to the Sacred Heart this month. Also, Corpus Christi. This month, Corpus Christi fell on June 4th, and this is when we celebrate the precious body of our Lord. And most parishes actually have a Eucharistic procession, which is very beautiful. We are combining 2 parishes where I live, and we are about a little over 4 miles separate our 2 locations. So this year we had a Corpus Christi procession that took place from one parish to the other. So we had over 1,000 parishioners who came out, and we had music and drums, and it was just beautiful. It was super special to be a part of anything having to do with adoration, monstrance, tabernacle, the body of our Lord. It can be themes you can discuss this month. And then the Sacred Heart devotion itself is celebrated this year, it was celebrated on June 12th. And then the next day, June 13th, we celebrated the Feast of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So you'll often see religious artwork depicting Jesus and his mother Mary side by side, showing their hearts, their suffering and loving hearts that they each have. This year also, the bishops across the whole nation actually dedicated and consecrated, I should say, the United States of America to the Sacred Heart of our Lord in celebration of the 250th anniversary of our country's history. So that was also something super special that happened this year. I want to also walk you through important feast days that are happening throughout this month, and perhaps one of the lives of these saints or the things that they stand for and represent and show us can be relevant to you and your creative works. Okay, so to start off, June 1st kicks off with the feast of Saint Justin the Martyr, one of the early Christians at the start of the church who gave his life for the faith. we have the Feast of St. Boniface on June 5th. June 11th is the Feast of St. Barnabas. June 12th, we celebrate Pope Leo II. June 13th, we have the Feast of St. Anthony of Padua. June 21st is the Feast of St. Aloysius Gonzaga. June 22nd is St. Thomas More. June 24th is St. John Fisher and St. John the Baptist. June 26th, we have St. Jose Maria Escriva. June 27th, we have the Feast of St. Cyril and also Our Lady of Perpetual Help, one of the many titles for Jesus Mother Mary. June 28th, we have the Feast of St. Irenaeus. And June 29th, we have the double feast of St. Peter and Paul. So lots of great saints to learn about and study throughout the month of June and to potentially incorporate into your writings. A lot of these saints are actually saints in the first couple hundred years of church history. So if you're someone who enjoys talking about church history, you can learn more about these saints. I got my master's degree in theology with a concentration in church history. So I particularly love learning about early saints of the church, early practices and traditions of the church, and early writings of the church are very interesting to me. So these are some saints that I'm interested to learn more about as well. Okay, so summertime, moving back into ordinary time as well, especially after Corpus Christi. We are back into liturgical color of green. Summer rhythms, ordinary days, not celebrating any big high feasts. So helping your readership or those you serve. Sorry, my phone keeps moving. My dog is at my feet. He just turned 5. Happy 5th birthday to my dog, Leo. But yeah, besides all my editing projects, I have been unfortunately not working on my writing at all, which, oh my gosh, I'm just very much need to finish this fiction trilogy. You can see above me with the green and the purple books. That's books 1 and 2 in my Divided Kingdom series. I'm trying to work on book 3, The Return. I honestly, it's like impossible for me to find the time between my day job at my parish, which I work every day of the week from 9 to 3, with the exception of Friday. So that takes up a good amount of my day, which is also why I've been waking up early, because if I wake up at 6 a.m., I have 3 hours before I have to go in to the office to get some things done. And when I get home around 3:30, I try to work for a couple more hours. But a lot of that's been devoted to my editing projects, and now I'm trying to get back to posting on YouTube. I also have a Substack, Trinity Tree Books, and a podcast, The Work of the Hands, that I have been very much absent from for a while now. So yeah, just trying to get back into things. And exciting news is that I recently signed a contract to work as a commissioned writer for an app that is going to be coming out next year. And I'm going to be writing devotionals, meditations for this app. And I feel like it's also the Lord's way of getting me back into writing, because I have done a lot of devotional writing, hence my Rosary Invitation series. So yeah, I am just thrilled to be able to get back into writing, and something I'm passionate about as well. So yeah, stay tuned for more information on that. Can't really talk a whole lot about it now because it's all in progress, but once the app is officially goes live, I will of course share more about where you can find it. Yeah, I think that's everything I can think of for now. Just know that I keep you guys in my thoughts and prayers, and I thank you very much for staying tuned on my channel for my videos that are really only about once a month now. But I still like to be present and check in with you all and let you know what's happening over at Trinity Tree Publishing. Oh, some things I've been working on at home in my new house that my husband and I we've been in for the 3 months now since we moved in. I'll put some pictures of the herb and vegetable garden that I have been working on these past couple months, as well as my new prayer altar where I spend a lot of my time. Those have been some home projects I've been working on as of late. And yeah, spending a lot of time with family, especially my sister and her now 3-month-old baby, my very first niece. So that has been a blessing, and just being involved with the parish and enjoying soaking up the warmer weather. I hope you're also doing well. And yeah, please go ahead and comment below and share this video with others who you think would benefit from it. So bye for now from Trinity Tree Publishing, and I'll see you in the next video.